Today we're going to look at some new suspension systems, commonly used for both sports training and fitness practice. Suspension systems are generally based on working with your own weight. The principle of working with your own weight and the gravity itself makes overpowering the resistance harder for the gymnast. Suspension systems have generally developed from the experience of chiropractors and rehab workers. The best-known suspension system, from which subsequently all suspension systems as fitness aids originated, was the Therapy Master, today known as Redcore. Simplifying these aids has given rise to the aids that we now commonly use in the fitness practice and sports training. The best known is the TRX system, that was developed by simplifying the original suspension system. This system was first used for workout by mariners in USA, and its advantage is its simplicity, celebrity, and it offers a whole range of ways of working with your own weight. A completely original solution is this Suspension X system that replaces this noose, which does not allow to adjust the length of these straps, by an authentic pulley, which on a relatively sturdy and well-gliding suspension system allows us to quickly and precisely adjust the span of the handles, whether there are hands or feet in it. The great advantage of this system is also its way of attaching and suspending. We do not have to fit in the existing distances, but you can easily adjust the suspension of this system by simply unsnapping and moving through a buckle, which allows us to adjust the distance very easily and firmly. Another difference is the handle itself, which offers only one way of holding it, and the other way is strapping the hand for a firm grip. And if we suspend the feet, we use this completely authentic belt which facilitates snapping into both parts of the suspension system. So we exercise very comfortably with the feet suspended in this system. And in case of bounces, we can also use handles for fixation, which this system, of course, does not allow. We will show you some simple exercises and compare both systems, how they differ in the difficultness of performing them. The first exercise is a simple adduction, which in this case will engage arms, the postural system in a way too, and except engaging in the sagittal plane, it allows nothing else. Unlike the X system, which in this exercise engages the upper body as well as the arms, and by rotating through the pulley of this brilliant system, we can also engage the postural system and the abdominal muscles, especially the oblique abs, and of course all the muscles along the spine, generally called rotators. Another exercise will be the squat. The TRX allows us to make this exercise very efficiently. By adduction, we will engage interscapular muscles, arms, and the whole trunk. On the X system, we will perform the squat identically. During the squat itself, we need to rectify, through the pulley, some slight vibrations, and the engagement of the left and right half of the body. And we can make the squat much more complex and more difficult if we engage the pulley system, and we will very efficiently engage the oblique abs. We engage the back muscles. We can also make the squat quicker, and the rotation itself will allow us in a very demanding way to coordinate and engage completely all the muscles of the whole body. Another slightly harder exercise is the thrust forth. The preparatory position itself allows us to engage all body muscles, abs, arms, legs. The thrust forth forces us to rectify the left and right side. Again with TRX, this exercise engages only in the sagittal plane. With the X system, the preparatory position itself is a very simple and efficient way through the pulley system. engages the oblique abs and the whole postural system. The thrust itself then is performed in the same way and forces us to very efficiently engage the muscles. Because any deviation and any muscular imbalance makes us rectify the engagement of the muscles. There's a whole lot of exercises that are performed with a single handle. With the Suspension X system, we simply snap one buckle into the other. And here we have a single handle. Another exercise is a knee bend with a trunk rotation and a stretch to the strap. With both systems, in the same way do we engage, due to the rotation, the oblique abs, and the whole arm by which we gravitate the back muscles, and the postural system. Both systems work in the same way here. The advantage of the X system is that the snap hook suspension of the whole system rests on the pulley, and we do not depend on the suspension by a noose which is sewn together. Another group of exercises are bouncing exercises. On both suspension systems, the exercises aim at strengthening the legs. They are characterized by a flight stage. With the X system, the flight stage allows us to easily and efficiently rectify the engagement of the left and right half because the pulley itself, upon any imbalance, gets us out of the comfort system. In case of these power exercises and a reverse position on the suspension system, we are very uncomfortable on the TRX system, and it is nearly impossible to perform this exercise correctly. There is no support, unlike the X system, where we will use this fancy belt to fixate a whole part of the trunk by engaging the abs, and we can bounce comfortably, and in a much more dynamical way, to a larger extent. Another exercise is an exercise for strengthening the abs. Both systems are the same in that we have to suspend the legs by the straps. In the case of TRX, it is quite a complicated way of suspending, and now we begin to pump the abs. Another minor disadvantage of TRX is that we have to rectify the left and right foot because each is in a separate strap. It often leads to overstraining or imbalance of the legs, and one leg works harder. A relatively simple way of suspending and passing the feet through the strap enables us to engage both legs equally, and the exercise is obviously easier. It functions exactly the same with the abs. The pulley in this case serves as a fixed point. In conclusion, the result of the comparison of both products is unambiguously better for the X system of the MADMAX company in 3 basic points. First, it is the very simple and quick way of suspending by means of a snap hook, and especially the shift by means of a buckle and a quick height adjustment. Secondly, it is the brilliant way of using the pulley, which involves a rotation during the exercise, which is very substantial, for a perfect connection of the postural system and the engagement of abdominal muscles, especially the oblique abs. And third, it is the belt, which makes the exercise more efficient. It makes the engagement of the whole body easier, and most importantly, it facilitates a training of the dynamic bouncing force in a comfort mode, which TRX does not allow.